Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon, the wedding of the century that redefined love in K-drama world. The entertainment industry has always thrived on grand spectacles, from red carpet premieres to blockbuster award ceremonies. Yet, even in a world overflowing with glamour, very few events have managed to capture hearts across continents the way Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon's wedding did. It wasn't simply a ceremony, it was a cultural phenomenon, a living fairy tale, and a breathtaking reminder that love, when genuine, has the power to transcend fame, skepticism, and the heavy weight of celebrity life. This wedding, now immortalized as the wedding of the century, united not just two individuals, but millions of fans worldwide who witnessed every step of this love story unfold. What made this day so monumental was not only the star power of the bride and groom but the raw authenticity of their love, visible in every glance, every vow, and every tear that fell in the palace-like hall where their destinies intertwined forever. 1. The fairy tale setting. At 34, Kim Go-eun, already a beloved household name known for her versatility and grace, walked down the aisle to marry Seo Kang Joon, the charismatic actor admired for his quiet strength and magnetic charm. For weeks, whispers of their upcoming wedding had been dismissed as wild rumors. But when the confirmation arrived, it didn't just dominate headlines, it rewrote them. The venue itself was something straight out of fantasy. A palace-like hall, draped with shimmering chandeliers, golden arches, and thousands of cascading white roses, transformed into a wonderland of love. The sheer extravagance reminded attendees not of a wedding but of a royal coronation. The atmosphere shimmered with anticipation, and the air buzzed with the weight of history in the making. Reporters camped outside for days, fans swarmed the streets holding banners declaring "Forever Go-eun and Kang Joon," and international broadcasters secured live-streaming rights. Millions tuned in across Asia, the US, and Europe, their eyes glued to the unfolding spectacle. 2. A global event that stopped time. Rarely does one wedding command such global attention. But this was no ordinary couple. Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon had already made millions believe in love through their on-screen chemistry, and now they were confirming it in real life. Thousands of invited guests filled the grand hall, fellow actors, directors, global influencers, and political dignitaries. Outside, the scene was equally electric. Streets overflowed with fans holding LED signs, chanting names, and crying tears of joy as though they were witnessing not a wedding but a miracle. Social media platforms buckled under the weight of hashtags. Hashtag Go-eun Kang Joon Wedding, hashtag Wedding of the Century, and hashtag Fairy Tale Love Story. Within hours, clips of the wedding dominated YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. 3. The entrance that stole breath away. As the lights dimmed, silence rippled across the room. The heavy doors creaked open, and in walked Seo Kang Joon, tall, regal, and impossibly elegant in a perfectly tailored black tuxedo. His calm demeanor masked the trembling of his hands, caught by the cameras that missed nothing. Guests whispered in awe, remarking that he looked born for this moment. But then the doors opened wider, and the world held its breath. Kim Go-eun appeared. Her gown sparkled as if constellations had been sewn into the fabric. Every step she took sent ripples of light dancing across the floor. She moved with regal grace, but her eyes shimmered with unshed tears. The entire hall gasped in unison, the audience rising to their feet in thunderous applause. And then came the words that melted millions. Seo Kang Joon, lips parted in awe, whispered, "She's more beautiful than I ever imagined." Kim Go-eun, meeting his gaze, replied softly, "I thought this day would never come." To which he leaned in with a quiet but powerful response, "And yet here we are." The intimacy of the exchange left guests trembling and fans sobbing behind their screens. 4. The vows that shook an industry. When it was time for vows, Seo Kang Joon went first, his voice low but unwavering. "Go-eun, from the first moment I met you, I knew there was something extraordinary about you. I admired your strength, your kindness, your brilliance. I never imagined that admiration would turn into love, and that love would bring us here. Today, I promise to stand beside you through every storm, to celebrate every triumph, and to cherish every ordinary day that becomes extraordinary because of you. You are my home, my heart, and my forever." Kim Go-eun's tears spilled freely as she spoke next. "Kang Joon, the world knows us as actors, as characters who live in stories that are not real. But away from the cameras, you became my reality. You became my safe place, The person who reminded me that love isn't just something we act, it's something we live. Today, I choose you, again and again. Not as a co-star, not as a character, but as the man I will love for the rest of my life. I will protect this love, nurture it, and never take for granted the miracle that is us. The Vows brought the hall to tears. Even seasoned reporters admitted they couldn't type through blurred vision. Fans watching from home felt as though they were witnessing the most moving K-drama climax, except this time, it was real. 5. The kiss heard around the world. When the rings were exchanged, the atmosphere reached fever pitch. Flashbulbs exploded as the couple slid eternity onto each other's fingers. And when the officiant declared them husband and wife, their kiss wasn't simply tender, it was seismic. It was the kind of kiss that seemed to shake the very walls of the hall, echoed in screams from fans outside, and reverberated through every corner of social media. Twitter timelines filled with the phrase, "This is the wedding of the century." The kiss wasn't just a symbol of union, it was history in the making. 6. The celebration that followed. Dinner was served, but the food was hardly the focus. Every eye in the hall remained locked on the newlyweds. Friends and family delivered emotional speeches recounting their love story away from the spotlight. Quiet dinners, whispered laughter, and the resilience they showed in facing fame together. Kim Go-eun herself stood once more, her gown shimmering under the chandeliers as she held the microphone. To everyone who doubted us, to everyone who thought this was impossible, look at us now. We are here. Not hiding, not in secret, but in the light. This love is real, and it is stronger than anything that tried to tear us apart. The room erupted in thunderous applause. Seo Kang Joon raised his glass, declaring proudly, "To my wife." The word sent the hall into another eruption of cheers, a sound so powerful it nearly shook the building. 7. The precious details captured. Every moment, every stolen glance, every tender whisper was captured by the cameras. Fans around the world replayed the clips endlessly. Seo Kang Joon brushing away a tear from Go-eun's cheek, Go-eun whispering something only he could hear, their laughter as they swayed together on the dance floor. These tiny fragments became timeless, shared endlessly online and etched into the collective memory of fans. Each gesture confirmed what everyone already believed: this wasn't a staged romance, it was the purest form of love. 8. A love that transcends showbiz. What made this wedding truly extraordinary was its defiance of convention. In an industry where secrecy often overshadows authenticity, Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon stood boldly, declaring their love openly and unapologetically. They proved that love need not hide in the shadows of fame. Their story became a symbol, an inspiration not just to fans but to colleagues in the industry. Experts predict this could mark the beginning of a new wave in K-entertainment, where stars live their truth without fear. 9. The legacy of their love. When the night ended, one truth remained undeniable. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a cultural reset. A union that became larger than life, inspiring millions to believe in love again. Fans called it a saga more beautiful than any drama script. Critics admitted it redefined what celebrity love could look like in the spotlight. And for Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon, it wasn't the climax of their story, but the beginning of their legacy. Their wedding will forever be remembered as the night when two stars didn't just shine, they became constellations, guiding countless hearts toward the belief that true love exists, even under the blinding lights of fame. Conclusion. From the palace-like setting to the vows that moved an entire nation, from the seismic kiss to the thunderous toasts, Kim Go-eun and Seo Kang Joon's wedding was far more than an entertainment event. It was the wedding of the century, a fairy tale come to life, a love story that leapt off the screen and into the hearts of millions. As fans celebrate and the world replays the unforgettable clips, one thing is certain: this is only the beginning of their story. And if their wedding was this legendary, the chapters yet to come promise to be just as breathtaking.